Here are folks then, here's a little bit of scurrilous and scandalous tittle-tattle, chitter-chattle and astrological gossip. I've got in front of me two midday horoscopes. I've got the horoscope for a gentleman called Charles Saatchi, born in Iraq, in Baghdad in Iraq, on the 9th of June 1943, no known time. Now, at around 11 a.m. on the morning he was born, the moon changed sign from Leo into Virgo. When I see pictures of Charles Saatchi, his appearance is always quite coiffured, quite accentuated, but then he does have a lot, he has Venus in Leo. He has a Venus-Pluto conjunction in Leo, which on the negative side can be a position that is prone to emotional and or financial manipulation and power struggle, whether it be coming towards them or coming from them. Whereas on the positive side, it gives a much greater and deeper understanding of the nature of power that money can bring. Remember, this is the man who was one of a pair of Margaret Thatcher's advertising agency in the 80s and 90s. Charles Saatchi was also born with a really strong conjunction of the Sun with Saturn. Admittedly, he's one of these kids that's born old and who gets younger as he gets older. But the Sun conjunct Saturn combination can, especially in men, be seen as quite old-fashioned, patriarchal, Old Testament, overly boundaried and structured, as well as hard-working, disciplined, loyal, traditional, etc., etc. He has Mercury-Ceres conjunction, suggesting that there is a strong attachment to the mother figure in some shape or form, and is also a very volatile Mars in Aries, trining his Venus and Pluto, which makes me think that it is actually all about him. So Mars in Aries, Sun conjunct Saturn, Venus conjunct Pluto in Leo. Not someone to be messed with or trifled with. Not a lightweight individual. Someone who is a heavy hitter and, depending on his temperament, can turn this for both positive and challenging. And that brings me to the horoscope of someone born in London on the 6th of January 1960 at midday, no known time. And this is the horoscope of Nigella Lawson. And I note that with the Sun, Mercury, Saturn and Ceres all in Capricorn, there's a lot of traditional loyalty stuff there. But with Venus, Mars and Jupiter all in Sagittarius, there's also the flippant. I do believe that a large element of her is naive and that she's not really that culpable. With the Saturn conjunct Ceres in her chart, her absence of female role model, her well-documented losses in her life, is represented there in her chart. But there's also a bounciness about her, an optimism with a moon in Aries and all that Sagittarius, but does speak of naivety and innocence, but also speaks of bouncing back. And I do feel that over the coming year or two, as Uranus squares her Sun and Pluto prepares to conjunct her Sun, but in the coming year or two we will see Nigella Lawson completely remold and remake herself. It depends. She looks like she's getting too many people are saying she's beginning to look like Michael Jackson. Too many treatments, but depends what she's either going to go completely down and out, or she's going to completely regenerate and transform. And we should see clear sign of this initially by May, June, with clear results by September and October. Fascinating case. At this time, Neptune in the sky is squaring her Venus and opposing her Pluto. Nigella Lawson was born with Venus square Pluto, which in itself is fairly common in the charts of people who suffer from people leaving or disappearing or passing. And so for her relationship to pass when Neptune is squaring her Venus and opposite her Pluto also speaks, well, it's very apt as far as astrological terminology goes. In all truth, I do feel that she is to an extent an innocent. I'm sure that she's not really aware of who she really is or what she's really doing. I don't think she's guilty of half the things she's been accused of. But at the same time, time to grow up.